How's it going? First off, Tools of Titans by Timothy Ferris, Timmy the Chimney Ferris. Fantastic book. I'd recommend that for anyone, whether, honestly, it categorizes the information in there from healthy, wealthy, and wise. So it doesn't matter if you're trying to get stronger and healthier. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get more business advice and learn some things on how to make a little bit more money, or if you're just simply trying to get smarter. This is a book for you, and especially if you're trying to do all three of those things like myself, you're gonna love it. So today, the topic of this video isn't about that book. It is on a question that I was asked on what is my opinion on diets that demonize certain macronutrients and just get rid of them completely, or have as little as possible, or just people in general who really hate certain macros. So I'm going to speak a little bit on my experience with diets like that and my inexperience with diets like that, as well as just my opinion on each macronutrient and basically how it should be included in your diet. So first off, shouts out to Cam. Thank you for asking me this question. Greatly appreciated, and I hope that this can give you some good perspective. So first off, the macronutrients: protein, carbs, and fats. Me personally, what I do right now is a high fat, high protein, and moderate carb diet. So this means I try to eat as much protein and fats as possible, and then I fill in the extra spots with carbs. Generally, these spots are around my workout, pre and post, and maybe a piece of fruit or two during the day as a snack. So I'm not gonna sit back. I gotta stay forward and attentive. So starting off with protein, I don't really think of too many diets that come to mind that don't have high protein. However, when it comes to protein and your ability to synthesize muscle and just get stronger, you really only need 0.6 grams per pound of body weight to see results. So this means as a 200-pound man, I could be eating around 120 grams of protein a day and still get stronger, as long as I am in a caloric surplus and my meal timing is great. I'm having lots of carbs pre and post workout, and I'm filling in lots of those empty spots with fats to still have a calorically dense diet. If I'm getting 120 grams of protein and I'm cutting, no way. That I just personally wouldn't see benefit from that. Others may, but from my research and from my experience, I wouldn't ever do that. And with protein, max, you could probably go like 1.6, upwards of 2. 2 is just ridiculous in my opinion. There's a really big bug just landed on my windshield. I always think of, why would I ever eat 400 grams of protein? After you get out of like 1.2 to 1.4 grams per pound of body weight, I see it as just ridiculous. So that's just me talking about protein. No one really demonizes it. I think it'd be stupid if anyone did. Now getting on into carbs. So this is really common in like the Atkins diet or the ketogenic diet, to where carbs are the new enemy. So my personal opinion, I don't like gluten. I don't like the way it makes me feel. But I love beans. I love fruit. I eat oatmeal every day. I'm trying to think of any other carbs I might procure. All these carbs with lack gluten. I've noticed, and I'm doing a little bit of reading as well too. Might as well pull out 2 books in this video, The Grain Brain. So I'm learning a little bit about the effects of gluten and inflammation on the body. I notice when I don't eat it, I'm not having knee issues lately, and I'm not eating much gluten at all. It's crazy. I have a genetic condition in my knees, so not having knee issues in the cold as well, because it is becoming fall time, is insane for me. So I personally don't see the point in demonizing carbs in general. I understand why people would use ketosis because it's an easy way to cut out all the food that they're eating that's probably really shitty for them, like French fries and pizza and chips and soda. But I enjoy carbs. I like to eat fruit in the middle of my workouts. I like to down some honey in the middle of my workouts. I like to have a big bowl of oatmeal right before I work out, and I like to have chocolate milk, right after my workouts. So I enjoy carbs. That's why I go moderate. However, when I cut my carbs down really low, I lean out. It's as simple as that. I dry up. So ketosis, I think, is almost like a tool like intermittent fasting that could be used for more fat loss. However, ketosis is probably a good way to, not get gluten, not have this constant inflammation in your body that gluten does cause, because it's a foreign substance, a foreign protein that ends up getting sticky globs in your stomach, to where when it's tried to reduce, when your body tries to send a response to reduce all that and actually dissolve it, your digestive muscles are inflamed from it. Your brain can get inflamed from it. Your whole body can have issues from it. So carbs are great. In excess, they usually make you gain weight. In moderation, they make you perform amazingly. Some people want to gain weight. Some people want to perform amazingly. In a slower amount, you dry out. So, that's the 3 continuums of it. You'll dry out if you have a low amount. You'll perform great if you have a moderate amount, and you'll gain weight if you have a large amount. So it just depends on those goals, because those can all be 3 great goals. For fats, anyone who demonizes fats, I think, is still in the 60s and 70s and 80s, to when they thought fats made you fat, because they really don't now. It's extremely important for hormonal health, for blood flow, and for satiety as well too. You eat some almonds, some peanut butter, some coconut oil, you take a shot of olive oil, some avocados, some eggs, they fill you up. It's not a lot of food, but there's 9 calories to the gram, so it's much more dense than the 4 calories to the gram in carbs and protein. So while carbs, I can see why people might want to avoid those. If you try to avoid healthy fats, you're stupid. It's as simple as that. And by the way, I'm speaking on healthy macronutrients this whole time. Your protein's gonna be coming from lean sources like lean red meats, white meats, fish, eggs, beans, nuts, all of these great things. And then your carbs are hopefully going to be raw fruits, not a lot of juice at all. Juicing is a big trend right now. However, that takes out a lot of the fiber, so I'm not the biggest fan of it. However, I realize it tastes delicious, so in moderation, it's not bad. So your carbs are coming from fruit, they're coming from oats, they're coming from beans, they're coming from even nuts, they're coming from even dark chocolate, I believe, has some in it, and that's not a bad one. That's something I've been dabbling in lately. And then your fats are obviously your nuts, your avocados, your oils, your olive oil, your coconut oil, your eggs, all of these great things. So for anyone who demonizes any certain macronutrient, I think you're dumb. They all serve a purpose. They all serve the ability to make you perform better. Protein is going to help you have a higher protein synthesis, and when you're in the gym deconstructing all of your muscle tissues and breaking it down, you got to build it back up, and that's where the protein's going to help out. You're going to have to refill your glycogen storages post-workout. You're going to have to top off your glycogen storages pre-workout to make sure you perform amazing. Carbohydrates are just the best thing, the best pre-workout I've ever seen. I don't care if you're using LIT from GNC. Go eat a big carbohydrate fueled meal before a workout, and you'll feel 20 times better and be 20 times stronger. Then you can worry about adding pre-workout into that equation if you want. And fats are just how someone like myself, who's a hard gainer, can gain a lot more weight. They're also a way that you won't be spiking your blood sugar all day long when you eat. So it'll make you less insulin sensitive, I think is the right word. Yes, because you'd be insulin resistant, because you'd be getting so much sugar pounded down your throat. So keep your insulin sensitivity high, like it should be, to where carbs affect you right. They give you a spike in energy rather than making you lethargic. So to end this video, eat your carbs, eat your protein, eat your fats. If you want to lean down, cut down on the carbs slightly, but don't get rid of them unless you're trying out ketosis. I'll leave the option up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you some advice and let you know from my experience what could potentially help you out the best. All right, Cam, hope this helped you.